If you have type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, insulin resistance, or a lot of excess body fat, you're going to want to watch this video. When you get diagnosed with one of these conditions, you're often put on a medication like this one, and you're put on it indefinitely. But in this video, I'm going to show you a natural way to address the root cause. This is also a great way to get rid of a protruding belly, this visceral fat, which is the #1 contributor to insulin resistance. Skin tags around the neck and face, this darker colored skin pigmentation around the neck, constant hunger, cravings for sugary, salty foods, migraines, fatigue, things like PCOS for women and erectile dysfunction for men, brain fog, anxiety, depression. These are all symptoms of insulin resistance. For many people, the root cause of the insulin resistance is a diet like this: eating and snacking all day long, several meals a day that are high in refined carbs and fats. This causes a blood sugar roller coaster. That's the blue line. And every time the blood sugar spikes, you get brain fog and don't feel very good. And every time the blood sugar crashes, you feel hungry. But the more important line is the purple line. That's the insulin. If you notice, the insulin remains elevated throughout the day. And when our insulin remains elevated day after day for a long period of time, our cells become insulin resistant. Now, this modern diet that is causing all of us to become fat and sick is a new fad. For thousands of years, before we were eating and snacking all the time, we have been fasting and feeding. There is a doctor in Canada at the University of Toronto named Dr. Jason Fung. He wrote a book called The Diabetes Code. Using some intermittent fasting and reducing meal frequency, look at this. In Fung's clinic at the University of Toronto, most of the patients with type 2 diabetes have a complete reversal of the disease and are off all medications in 3 to 6 months. And it makes perfect sense, right? If we're eating and snacking all the time, our blood sugar's spiking and our insulin is elevated. But when we give ourselves an intentional window of fasting each day, our insulin levels are low and we're burning body fat for fuel. When we're fasting, both our body fat and our insulin levels go down. Now, if you're a snacker like me and fasting seems impossible or difficult for you, I'm going to show you some ways to make it much, much easier. I started doing this myself and my love handles disappeared. And ever since I started teaching people how to do it on TikTok, I get messages every single day. Messages are like this one. Just got my results. My A1C went from an 8.0 to a 5.3. My primary doctor said I don't have diabetes anymore and that I can lose the metformin. She says she's losing weight and her PCOS symptoms are all gone. Now, if you struggle with overeating or snacking or things like I do, you can go to my TikTok page right here, Trentytok. And right here on my TikTok page, there's a playlist called Fiber and Fasting. Click on that playlist. On the playlist, go watch episode 12. In this video, episode 12, I show you a way to make it much, much easier. And in this playlist, I've got a lot of other videos and testimonials.